Okay.
Dog.
Wait.
About a dog.
What do you want your story to be about?
I said about a dog.
About a dog.
That was named Booster Dog. And one day, he had boosters because he was so slow and old, and that he wanted to go super fast, so he used boosters.
This is a story about Jimmy. Jimmy was a normal dog. Not too big, not too small. Except Jimmy had a little problem. He was so slow. Every time that there was a race between the animals, he would lose because he was almost as slow as a turtle. So, Jimmy the dog decided that that was going to change. And he went into a place where they make spaceships and decided to steal a couple of boosters. And because people were not expecting a dog to be a thief of rocket boosters, they were not worried when they saw a dog roaming the place. And they didn't mind him. In fact, it was late at night when a guard saw the dog go inside of the place where they stored the boosters for the rockets. And the guard thought that that was very strange, but because it was a dog, he thought that the dog's owner must have been one of the astronauts, so he didn't care. And that's how Johnny the dog got away with stealing a couple of boosters. Unfortunately, though, when he was exiting the place where they kept the boosters that he had already strapped to himself, he got lost. And without realizing it, he ended up inside of a rocket. And he was so sleepy that he decided to take a quick nap. That quick nap was cut short when he heard noises, and so he hid under a chair. Well, this chair was the captain's chair for a rocket launch that was about to take place in the next few minutes. The noises he heard were the astronauts that um, were coming inside of the rocket. And so, as Johnny the dog hid in under the captain's chair, he couldn't get out of there because there was only one door to come in or out of this rocket ship, and if he went out, he would have been caught. So he decided to stay in there until everything passed. Well, Johnny the dog didn't understand what was going on, but he was about to embark in his most amazing adventure ever. For you see, the astronauts took their places inside of the rocket, and the door was closed behind them, and the countdown started. Johnny the dog was very curious. He did not understand what was going on, but he decided to stay in there, hidden, not making a noise. Suddenly, 10, 9, 8, 5, 7, 6, 5. Johnny the dog, with its boosters strapped to its back, was curious about what people were counting for. 2, 1, lift off. Everything started shaking so badly. Johnny the dog got super scared when suddenly everything started moving. And boom, left off. The rocket took off with Johnny the dog under the captain's chair. And as the captain was very focused on the task of making sure that everything went safely, suddenly Johnny the dog got really scared and tried to take off. He saw a window and took off running towards the windows, and bang, he hit its head against the window. Everybody was so scared inside the ship. But at this point, they could not abort the launch. It was too late. But even worse, now that the whole rocket had its thrusters calculated for the weight of the rocket, nobody had accounted for the extra weight of Johnny the dog because nobody knew that he was going to be there. And so now, suddenly, they did not have enough fuel to reach orbit, and the rocket was about to stall and start falling back down to Earth, and everybody was in risk of crashing. Oh no, what to do? The captain said, okay, don't worry about this dog. We have to figure this out now. And the co-pilot said, Captain, I don't think we're going to have enough thrust to reach low Earth orbit. We're going to have to abort the mission unless we have special boosters. And Johnny the dog thought, boosters? That's me. I got boosters. You got boosters. All right, here, stand by the window. I'm going to open the window and you activate the boosters, said the captain to Johnny the dog. And Johnny said, woof. All right, are you ready? We need all the power we can get to reach orbit. Woof, said Johnny the dog. Now. And Johnny the dog activated the boosters and the rocket started going even faster than before. And before you know it, they were able to reach space. Of course, they had to close the window far before that, otherwise they would have lost all the air. Johnny the dog was a little bit of a stowaway and a little bit of a hero, because without his boosters, everybody would have crashed. And so they were able to complete the mission. And when they came back to Earth, they were so amazed that they renamed this dog Booster Dog. And everybody loved Booster Dog. They adopted him at this place. In fact, they built him special boosters so that he could be as fast as he wanted. But they were especially made for him so that they wouldn't be as fast and also as dangerous as real rocket boosters. Now, ex-Johnny the dog is not Johnny anymore. Now Booster Dog was so happy. One day, he even went back and showed all of his friends how quick and how super fast he could be with his new boosters. Everybody was impressed, but not as impressed as when Booster Dog told them the story about how he became Booster Dog. And not only he saved the day and became Booster Dog and the fastest dog ever, but he also found a new home and a new family with all the rocket scientists. And he lived with them for the rest of his days. The end.
Yay! Best story ever.
Good night, Pequeñín.